Topped with ripe red tomato and fresh green lettuce, McDonald's Deluxe sandwiches fit right into the holidays. The great grown-up taste, the perfect...
A brand new Simpsons, Sunday.
Our Aflac trivia question today. Who are the only two rushers to gain 1,000 yards for teams that won only one game? And we'll have the answer coming up. Well, Morrell has gained 1,100 yards. That includes his performance today. Jets with a first down and 15 on the 20. Joe Kelly back in the game at middle linebacker for the Eagles. And Morrell this time is snuffed out by William Thomas, the outside linebacker.
You know, just watching in that commercial break, watching the Philadelphia Eagles sideline, you can see that they know this thing is slipping on. They called timeout. The whole team came to the sideline. And Ray Rhodes met with their defensive group. And then the players themselves, the rest of the players, they were meeting by themselves. You can see them trying to fire themselves up.
Don Griffin come in as an extra defensive back. 5 penalties in this drive. Second and 15. The pitch to Morrell. And Morrell is knocked back by Ray Farmer. A good pursuit by Ray Farmer, one of the rookie starters for the Eagles, and a loss of 2 yards.
You know, when you run outside wide on this Eagles defense, you play to their strengths because their linebackers can run. They're not real big, like Ray Farmer. He's only like 225, 220, right around in there. A former strong safety, but he can take off and run. William Thomas, same kind of guy. When you go right at him and you make them have to muscle up and try to have to be a little more physical, they have problems. When you get outside, you play to their strengths.
Third down and 17. Jets are on the Philadelphia 22. They'll come out with 5 wide receivers, and now the Jets will use up their second timeout. They have 1 left with 4:57 to go in the first half.
One of the things that the Jets do well with Richie Anderson is split him out wide as a receiver because his receiving skills are so good.
Can't get any worse than this.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I stand corrected.
Make it a Bud Light.
They're never gonna get it open.
What's more amazing than the places you can go on the internet? The fact that you don't need a computer to get there. Web TV from Philips Magnavox. The internet now on your television at an affordable price.
I think I watch football a little differently than a lot of people. I see a player take a hit and stay in the game. I think, yeah, we help people stay in the game, too, when they get rocked by something unexpected. An illness, an injury. By filling the gaps their other insurance doesn't cover, Aflac can help keep things going. Pretty solid defense. Yes, the Aflac trivia question? Sorry, I don't write them, and I hardly get them either.
Send email, get sports scores, find dinosaurs. Is something missing? Exactly. The computer. Web TV from Philips Magnavox. The internet now on your television at an affordable price.
The Jets, following a timeout, are left with 1. Still third down and 17. These kids are going to play the winner of this game in an early NFL playoff game. Third down and 17. 5 wide receivers for Foley. And his pass up the middle is caught by Wayne Corbett. Corbett turns the corner and gets about the 10-yard line, and Don Griffin knocking him out of bounds in a gain of 13, so they won't get the first down, but they're in ideal field goal range for Nick Lowry. Nick Lowry today has passed Jan Stenerud by 1 point. Still behind George Blanda for the most career points in the NFL. And Lowry will attempt a 27-yard field goal and a chance to give the Jets a 10-point lead. He's been a solid veteran for many years, of course, most of the years with Kansas City. High snap, and Lowry's kick is good, and the New York Jets, with 4:22 remaining in the first quarter, lead the playoff-hungry Eagles by a score of 10-0.
Take a stroll down memory lane at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
You crushed my knee, was your toe, you broke my ribs.
It was your nose.
Ah, yes. I remember it well. You sacked me once.
I sacked you twice.
In pouring rain.
No, it was May.
Ah, yes.
When you go, don't forget your Visa card, because the Hall takes the NFL's best, but not American Express.
See you, Nitschke.
It's Butkus.
Ah, yes.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Once again, our Aflac trivia question. Who are the only 2 rushers to gain 1,000 yards for 1-win teams? And the answer, Dick Bass for the 1962 Los Angeles Rams and Gale Sayers for the Chicago Bears in 1969. And Adrian Morrell would be the 3rd, but the Jets are leading in this game 10-0.
Yeah,
he may not end up with 1 win.
He hopes he doesn't become an answer in an Aflac trivia question. And because you can see him, just talking to him, there's a lot of pride there. And then there's a lot of pride to win and continue to play. That's what he wants. That's all he wanted to do. Go out and win.
Rodney Peete, who started the year as quarterback and was injured, and fortunately the Eagles did have a capable backup in Ty Detmer, who was a former Packer. There is Derek Witherspoon back deep along with Mark Say. Don Silvestri will kick off for the Jets, who lead 10-0 in a stunner here on an ugly day weather-wise here at the Meadowlands. And the wind blows the ball off the tee.
You know, it's funny about the weather. When you have an ugly day like this, as a defensive player, I always thought that worked to our advantage. But when you talk to the offensive linemen and stuff, they always felt that it worked to their advantage. The biggest thing, though, with weather like this, you always got the sense that you couldn't get hurt. For some reason, you just felt like you could go out there and just play hard because you weren't going to get hurt.
I'm sure if you had a lot of snow, you know you wouldn't get hurt.
Glad there's not a lot. You know, you can't make rain balls here. Remember last year they made snowballs? They can't make rain balls.
That wasn't a pretty sight. Carl Greenwood is holding. And slipping is Silvestri on the kickoff, and the ball went through about 4 Eagles. Witherspoon picks it up. Derek Witherspoon, who has returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns, brings it out shy of the 40-yard line. That was a 26-yard return.
Watch Silvestri, number 5. You know, Greenwood's going to hold it, but it's not going to make a difference. Watch his plant foot. Plant foot took off, and his body followed. Rule number 1. Oh, did you see what that? Did you see what he did? He did a Peanuts character. He did Lucy. Look at that.
I promise I won't take...
Oh, no. I'm going to hold on. Yeah. I'm going to... Yeah, okay, forget it. I won't.
Every year. She'll never change. First down for the Eagles, and the swing pass to Ricky Waters, who picked up a few extra yards and gets about 4. 23 years ago, his sister vanished, but tomorrow one man could unlock the darkest mystery in Agent Mulder's life. The X-Files, a brand new episode tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on Fox. There's Silvestri, who took a header after slipping on the kickoff. Surprised we haven't seen more of that so far. Eagles on their 41-yard line, and Detmer, and the offensive protection just collapsed, and Marvin Washington got to him in a hurry.
Now, I don't know if they're going to make this call because Ricky Waters was in the area.
Flag is down, and Detmer doesn't seem to like it.
Intentional grounding on the quarterback at the 10-yard penalty and lost it down.
That's a loss of down and 10 yards, and Detmer can't believe that call.
Well, Ricky Waters, two things. Yeah, here comes Washington. Okay, the ball is thrown out. Right there is Ricky Waters.
Oh, he's there.
So I don't get that.
It wasn't a good pass to him, but he's there.
Go to the spot of the foul. Just the spot of the foul before the chain area. He's explaining that they're going to put it back to the spot of the foul. Remember, the rule is to avoid it. If there is nobody there, you have to be beyond that tackle spot, and then the ball has to go at or beyond the line of scrimmage. Or if there's a receiver there and you can get it out, it's no penalty. There was a receiver there, but in Emmer's opinion, he wasn't. So there's the flag.
Eagle penalty yards are catching up to their total yardage in this game. 3rd down and 19. Detmer's pass in and out of the hands of Irving Pryor, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Eagles are playing like they are not in any kind of playoff contention.
They look like they're playing like they're 1-13. I mean, everything that could go wrong for them so far has gone wrong. Irving Pryor, who's had a big year for them, has a big drop. Regardless, they'd have been short of the 1st down.
Tom Hutton will kick. Wayne Krebeck back deep for the Jets. And very nearly Douglas got in on him, and fair catch called for by Krebeck. The Jets, who have capitalized on 2 Eagle turnovers for their scores, will have good field position, and it's been a day of Eagle mistakes.
Look at this one. 8 penalties, all at bad times. 5 drop balls. They've only given up 1 sack, but heck, they lost a fumble interception. They've been horrendous today. They're doing everything that Ray Rhodes said they couldn't get done. And you have to go back and wonder why. Remember, I told you I went to practice Wednesday. They practiced hard. I mean, that's as good a practice as I've seen. And they come out, and they're beating themselves.
This is a team coming off a 37-10 loss a week ago Thursday at Indy. 1st down on the 41. Foley completes it to Keyshawn Johnson. It'll be a 1st down for the Jets into Eagle territory at the 41. Bobby Taylor and Don Griffin on the play. That was a pickup of 18.
Now, you watch Keyshawn Johnson, and you can see his skills. I mentioned earlier, you'd like to see him go hard in his routes every play. But he's kind of difficult because he's so big and he's kind of lanky. And sometimes you don't get the sense that he's running hard until you watch the ground that's being gained.
3 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown grab for Johnson today. 1st down on the Eagle 41. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. And this pass intended for Webster Slaughter is caught just before he went out of bounds at the 21.
I'm going to tell you what Webster Slaughter did there. Did a great job of not looking back at the ball to give the coverage away. I want you to watch. Bobby Taylor never gets to look. He doesn't look. Look at that. He doesn't look because Webster Slaughter keeps his head forward, and then at the last second he turns around. When he turns, Taylor turns the opposite way.
So he was the decoy and the guy who made the play for the Jets. Jets threaten again on the 21-yard line. 1st down. Adrian Morrell is wrestled down by Rhett Hall after a short game.
You can see Foley's having a nice game. I mean, the 1 pick was a miscommunication between he and Keyshawn Johnson, but he's been efficient. He hasn't made any mistakes except that 1 interception. He's done exactly what they needed him to do. And they're running the ball effectively, and then just don't mess it up. Keep moving the chain.
Remember, he's coming off of surgery for a dislocated shoulder and has played well in his brief appearance this year. 2-minute warning here at the Meadowlands with the Jets leading. We'll be right back.
The Braun Flex Integral with its pivoting head gives you our closest, smoothest shave anytime, anywhere, fast.
Huh? Is there a problem, officer? You have a nice day.
Braun, designed to perform better.
Pick up a McDonald's Crispy Chicken Deluxe with an all-white meat breast filet and fresh topping. The great grown-up taste, the perfect holiday treat.
Dad, I want a pager. A Motorola?
Really? What's in it for me?
Dad, you want me? If I'm ever late, page me. See, we can make this connection. You know? I mean, I'm never going to take it to school. I'll respond like that, and Dad, your page is coming.
You would do that for me? Would you do something else for me? Shave.
Motorola pagers to know now.
Put on a clean shirt.
Motorola, what you never thought possible.
See that box, Holstein spots, filling Santa's sleigh. Oh, what joys girls and boys find with their Gateway. Hey.
All of us at Gateway say thanks for a great year. One more like this and we'll bring in real singers.
Why?
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. Happy holidays from your friends in the business.
Go deep into the heart of Texas.
Hey, don't look at me. Watch the ball.
Here you, Dad.
For King of the Hill, premiering January 12th.
Well, the Hardy fans who showed up today are being treated to a doubleheader. The Jets and the Eagles, and of course the Pee-wees take over at halftime.
And look at those helmets are bigger than their bodies. Little dancing going on down there. Every time there's a commercial, the stadium plays music, and these guys forget football. There's dancing to be done. Don't you just look like you can hit their helmet, their heads are going up and down like
a bobblehead ball.
Yeah, right.
Second down and 8. 2-minute warning. Jets have one timeout left. Pressure on Foley, and he is sacked by William Thomas. And a loss that time of 11 yards.
Now, Foley saw it. Foley saw it coming because it was given away outside by Troy Vincent. He looks right at the last second and knows it's coming, so he knows where he wants to go. And where he wants to go is his tight end, Kyle Brady. But he can't get to Brady because it's a nice job by Joe Kelly taking away the coverage.
And the Eagles will call a timeout. That is the first sack of the game by the Eagles, and it knocks the Jets into very difficult field goal range. So Philadelphia with its first timeout, and will return to the Meadowlands.
In the beginning was the ordinary battery. Then came the long-lasting Duracell battery. And now, the next leap forward, introducing Duracell's Power Check. The battery with a fuel gauge so you can check its power. Anytime, anywhere. New Duracell Power Check. No battery is more advanced.
Coming up on the Dockers Khakis halftime report, J.B., Terry, Howie, and Ronnie will analyze the first half. Look ahead to tomorrow's contest in the next to last week of this regular season in the NFL.
They didn't like the way the ball was, so they're going to bring another one in, and so they dropped it. Now they have to bring another one in. In each NFL outdoor game, there are 36 balls. They keep 18 new balls each half.
To get that.
But when they start to get looking like this, then they bring them all in. See, look, watch Duffy to center. See, he's got a wet ball right here. I want another one.
And he got it. 3rd and 19. 5 wide receivers go out for Foley. And he tries to dump it up for Wayne Trebek. A low toss, and that will bring up 4th down. With 1:43 showing on the clock.
Dick, I will say this. You know, the Jets are up by 10. The Eagles are down. They've beat themselves with penalties. They've not played crisp, but they have played hard. I mean, defensively, they're going to the ball. They're coming up with plays. Offensively, they're trying. You can't cite them for lack of effort. They've just been out of sync.
Now, the Jets come out and as if they will go for it on 4th down, and after some discussion, decide to use their last timeout.
What's all this malarkey about how tough football players used to be? Used to be? Who's tougher than Reggie White? Bum hamstring, and he's still tossing linemen around like bocce balls. And if that locomotive can bring the heat with his leg on the fritz, imagine what it'll do to your healthy. Brother, they'll be taking team photos with an X-ray camera. Say cheese, wise guy.
And Mick Lowry has come on the field for the Jets, who have used up their 3rd and final timeout. He is standing at midfield, backing up. No, he's going to measure the field goal range. Ryan Hampton. Lowry went back 12 yards to get a better angle. This is a 48-yard attempt. Lowry kicked one from 27 yards out a little while ago here in the second quarter. And Lowry with the line drive kick. It's no good. It is off to the left. So the score remains 10-0 in favor of the Jets, and the Eagles will take over. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, Lowry was going to have to try to hit this one long, which meant the trajectory was going to be low, but he just pulled it to that left side a little bit too much. But that thing come off easy, and you can see it was a nice, decently dry ball there. But he knew it as soon as he hit it. He just pulled it a little bit too much.
Jets have the only touchdown of the game on a flea flicker from Glenn Foley to Keyshawn Johnson, 46 yards, and then Lowry's field goal, both taking advantage of Philadelphia turnover. Now the Eagles from their 38, first down, trailing 10-0, and down goes Detmer, and it's Hugh Douglas once again, and that is his second sack of the game.
And going with the zone behind, they're just going to make him throw into coverage. Douglas, again, they went man up top. He beat Mayberry inside. That's the sack.
Loss of 8 yards. Second and 18. Jets playing a prevent defense, and this pass out of the backfield to Ricky Waters is caught, but the clock continues to run.
Because Victor Green makes the good play. Victor Green follows Ricky Waters all the way back into the huddle.
And the Eagles quickly call a timeout, as Waters could not get out of bounds thanks to Victor Green, and 1:13 show on the clock. The Eagles have 1 timeout left.
That guy's a good player. But he just forced the Eagles to use a timeout because Waters couldn't get out of bounds. Because of the sure tackle, as he's going out, he makes them use that timeout.
Victor Green, last year, led the Jets in tackles, has done it again this year.
Hey, who he reminds me of, Dick, is that Blaine Bishop down in Houston,
right,
who I think is maybe the best safety in all of football. I mean, there's some good ones out there. But watch Victor Green. I mean, he plays with an attitude. First, you have to have the sure tackle. Keep him in bounds. That's the first thing. You know, and then Ricky Waters thinks he shouldn't be tackled, so he tells Victor Green, says, look, forget you. And he takes him all the way back. That attitude, that's how you play.
3rd down and 9. Once again, Douglas trying to put pressure on Detmer, and Detmer has to run with it. Short of the first down by a couple of yards. Marvin Jones made the tackle. And the clock running, under a minute to go.
Ty Detmer's hot.
And Lonnie Young.
And that's dumb right now, because you got to get back. You're wasting time on the clock. Forget about somebody calling you something.
Eagles are having problems keeping their poise in this first half. They're stunned at the Jets leading 10-0. Tom Hutton will come in to kick the ball away. So several Eagles have been hot under the collar in this first half.
They're frustrated. Ty Detmer picked a good time if he's going to argue with 4th down.
Wayne Corbett back deep, and they let the play clock expire and a 5-yard penalty.
Hey, the Jets have played good defense. I mean, they've taken the Philadelphia Eagle offense.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
They've taken them right out of sync. I mean, that passing game has been really, it's been befuddled. They haven't been able to run the football effectively. And then you couple that with all the miscues of the Eagles have been doing in terms of penalties, and they've been a no-show offensively.
And the Jets did not look like the 1-13 team. Wayne Corbett is back deep for the Jets. Less than a half a minute to go in the first half. Corbett called for the fair catch at the 22-yard line with 18 seconds to go. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Jets and the National Football League is strictly prohibited. Well, Jet fans are wearing the bags over their heads, but the Eagle fans who are here could be doing the same thing, the way the Eagles have played this first half.
And with the Saints coming into town tomorrow, maybe they'll just turn those bags inside out and trade them.
Saint fans invented that, didn't they, back years ago? And they're going to run this clock out.
The team, you get him out there, and pretty soon you look at him, you go, the more you watch him, the more plays he makes.
And a walk-on from Hofstra College, which is where the New York Jets practice and train. Second down and 14. Foley completes the pass to Kyle Brady, and the tight end from Penn State.
Foley is
on. 7.
Foley is on. He's getting time to throw. He's feeling that inside. You know, they're going to be getting the protection up front. But Ray Farmer's going to come on a blitz, so now that has to be picked up. Richie Anderson does a great job of picking it up. And then Foley just hangs in the pocket and knows where things are happening. If somebody is blitzing from the inside, that means that area is vacated. Go right back to it.
You're right. The play that Richie Anderson made. He has had a fine all-round season as a fullback. Jets 0 for 4 on third down. Need 8 yards here. Off balance, Foley tried to get it to Wayne Corbett. Couldn't hold on, and that'll bring up fourth down, and the Jets will have to kick.
Now, one of the few bad throws by Foley, because Corbett had gotten in front of Willie Thomas, and had he thrown that thing where Corbett could run to it, heck, he might still be running.
Brian Hansen will be kicking for the third time. Mark Say back deep for the Eagles. Good kick by Hansen. And Say is going to let that one bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So the Eagles will get the ball for the first time in the second half at the 20 when we come back.
Two-hundredths of a second. A human eye begins to blink. A hummingbird flicks its wings once. And the sensor in the door frame tells an airbag in a seat to deploy. Because when it comes to your safety, every hundredth of a second counts. The 1997 Lexus LS 400.
Hey, there's a house party at Mickey D's, a doghouse party. To celebrate Disney's new movie, now in theaters, 101 Dalmatians. Listen up. When you buy a delicious new deluxe sandwich, like the crispy chicken deluxe, you can get your paws on a magical Dalmatian snow dome, a cool gift for only $1.99 each. So get shaken, because for 101 Dalmatian snow domes and deluxe sandwiches, there's just one spot. McDonald's.
All set?
You bet I am. Thanks to you.
A few weeks ago with Jesse, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming.
Because great hair can't have flakes.
Got tough heartburn and pain? Nothing else. No caplet, no liquid has Alka-Seltzer's effervescent power, plus the medicine for your worst symptoms. Alka-Seltzer, the best medicine for heartburn and pain.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by the new Lexus ES300. The road is calling. Answer it. By Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes. By Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers. And by Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger, with rich smoky flavor in every bite.
Back to the Meadowlands, and Matt, I'd like to be a fly on the wall listening to what Ray Rhodes told his team at intermission. He's an intense fella, to say the least. That's an understatement. First down at the 20-yard line and bobbling the pitch. And the handoff, Ricky Waters, and you wouldn't expect to get much on that. No gain.
Well, you watch this offense, you look at Ty Detmer where he's throwing the football. They've been completely out of sync. Look at the tight ends. They said they wanted to get Jason Dunn involved. Look at this. Squat. That's not getting involved. Only 3 to the wide receivers, so they've effectively taken their wideouts, and that's Irvin Fryer, who's been the biggest part of your offense away. And also remember this, those are just completions. There were 7 dropped balls in the first half.
Second down and 10. Detmer can't get rid of it, and it's Douglas with his 3rd sack of the game. Hugh Douglas, who earlier in the week said he would hurt Ty Detmer when he misinterpreted a comment that Detmer had said.
Well, what he did right here is he just played power, and he just ran through him. It's just a power move, and because he can't get rid of the ball, I mean, you watch Mayberry's right on him. Doesn't set down, doesn't set his hips, and Douglas just runs right through him. Then the other half of that you don't see is there's coverage, but he can't get rid of the ball. So Douglas picks up his third sack on Mayberry.
Third down and 14. Eagles still struggling big time offensively. Just get the play off in time. Detmer's pass is incomplete. He was going.
Makes no sense to me.
For Irving Fryer, and that will bring up fourth down. That was a short pass with a lot of yards.
It's 3rd and 14. Why the heck would you throw a 10-yard pass? And then they're running, you know, all your inside. Nah.
That'll keep him out.
Aaron Glenn got a little bit of jersey. Wasn't called, but regardless, you're running right into your safeties inside. They didn't clear anything out. I don't know.
Tom Hutton kicking from the goal line, and a great kick by Hutton, sending Prevett back to the 35-yard line. Wayne Prevett gets hit a couple of times and is finally down at the 46-yard line. That will give the Jets good field position following the 50-yard kick, and a couple of Eagles very slow getting up.
The Panasonic Razor. Shave wet or shave dry. Your choice. Your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard. Play hard. Shave your way. Panasonic.
Fresh toppings, the soft bakery roll. Today, make it McDonald's Arch Deluxe. The great grown-up taste, the perfect holiday treat.
Christmas in crisis. No, Putin. News of Santa Claus' broken leg leaves Christmas in jeopardy.
Hva med julaften nå da?
But the real victims here are the children.
Gi meg en dag. Gjestefar, jeg ringte IBM. Vi har fått Lotus-dommer nå. Designere, fabrikanter, distributører. Alle over internett. Akkurat tidsnok til julaften.
In some places, full-time four-wheel drive isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. The LX 450. Everything a Lexus is, and everything a Lexus isn't.
Francis Ford Coppola's nephew directs the real-life story of the man police call the new Godfather. Watch America's Most Wanted tonight.
Talked about Jermaine Mayberry, the rookie from Texas A&M Kingsville in his first NFL start. Legally blind in his left eye and did not get quality care as a youngster, and so they established the Eagle Eye Mobile, which gives free eye exams to over 1,000 Philadelphia youngsters. And it's been Jermaine Mayberry's contribution. This is a rookie, and I'll tell you what a tremendous contribution it is, because he knows what it was like. This is Mayberry, who had pneumonia in camp and earlier, legally blind in the left eye and trying to help youngsters get the help he didn't necessarily get when he was a kid. The two injured Eagles were Mark Woodard and Adam Walker on the kick return, and they're all right. They came off on their own power. Right now, let's take a look at the projected order of the draft. The Jets, with only one win, would pick first. The Saints, with 2 wins, because they play the Giants here tomorrow. And everyone looks at the Peyton Manning watch, and Archie Manning, of course, does the broadcast for the Saints. That would be an interesting scenario.
Yeah, and there's a lot more in the draft than Peyton Manning. I mean, obviously, he's the one quarterback that everybody likes to have. At least that's what it sounds like. But the Jets just invested a lot of money in Neil O'Donnell last year. So there's more than a quarterback problem with the Jets. But the one thing that hasn't been a problem for them, you watch them today, they're playing hard. Richie Kotite has them playing very hard. They're 1-13, but they've got pride.
And they're playing well against the team that fired Richie Kotite 2 years ago. First down on the 46-yard line. Good field position. And this pass is intercepted. Michael Zordich. And he cradles the ball at the 35, and that is the third turnover committed by the Jets
And the second straight pass that Foley has thrown poorly. Michael Zordich went in motion, just sitting back there in his zone. Foley tried to throw it back, but Zordich hung back there and came down with a pick.
And the question is, does this give the Eagles a boost offensively? We'll find out.
The new IBM Aptiva at Radio Shack with 3D games, 3D internet, and home director. It's no ordinary computer. No ordinary computer can make your home look lived in. No ordinary computer is as thoughtful and so nice to come home to. And the IBM Aptiva with home director is only available at Radio Shack. It's no ordinary computer. And with special financing, it's no ordinary deal. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
People keep asking me, how does it feel to be Steve Young? Frankly, it hurts. Give me my Advil. Nothing has shown me that works better on aching muscles, or proven that it lasts longer.
For sore muscles, more doctors recommend Advil than any other pain reliever.
Nasty game.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain. And for a cold, try Advil Cold and Sinus. It's tough on colds, like Advil is on pain.
Come closer. Closer. There. On the road. I'm so bored. It's been so long since someone new was coming into my life and hugged me, caressed me, excited me.
The all-new ES300. The road is calling. Answer it.
Whew, what was that?
The truth about Mulder's sister.
You believe that Samantha was abducted by aliens?
May finally be solved. A brand new X-Files Sunday.
Eagles ball 10-0, and Michael Zordich's interception, and the football goes into the archives. Barrett Brooks has replaced Jermaine Mayberry in left tackle. He has not been able to handle Hugh Douglas so far in this game. Charlie Garner in for Waters. Gets good yardage on first down and 7 on the play.
I want you to watch this interception. See, they're going to come with a blitz inside. That means you're in man. Zordich knows that he can't get in a foot race down here. So he stays and gives this big cushion and plays it kind of like zone. Foley's trying to hit the tight end across the middle, and Zordich just flows to the football. And that's just good defense and good sense, and also knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Ricky Waters back in at tailback, 2nd and 3. And the pass to Chris T. Jones, and the pass was thrown behind him, but Jones was able to make the play and get 13 yards into Jet territory in the first down at the 45.
That one's on Detmer. You see, because Detmer read it perfectly. He anticipated the blitz. He knew that he was going to have Chris T. Jones quick, and the ball came out right away.
Eagles trying to take advantage of the turnover, not only to score, but to get some sort of rhythm going in their offense. That's avoided them today. Those are Detmer's numbers. First down, Philadelphia. Ricky Waters, and he is hit immediately by Matt Brock, the former Green Bay Packer, and a gain of 3.
I'll tell you, Hugh Douglas has been playing himself a good football game. You know, Matt Brock is sitting inside, and Ricky Waters had to cut it back inside because Douglas has been blowing up to the outside and giving no way to go outside. So they have to bring it in.
Brooks replacing Mayberry. Douglas with 3 sacks for the Jets. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Kevin Turner in motion. And Turner on the receiving end is wrestled down by Victor Green once again. And a gain of 3 yards will bring up 3rd down and about 5.
I'll tell you what, that Victor Green's a sure tackler. And he gets there and the guys go down. I mean, they're not always pretty. Not always the kind that you drive the guy through, but they always go down. I'm impressed with this guy. The more I watch him, the more plays he makes, and he's consistently making plays.
Getting a chance to show the nation what he could do. 3rd and 5. Denver with time, going up the middle, and the pass is caught by Irving Pryor. Touchdown, Eagles. 40-yard pass play from Detmer to Irving Fryer, and the Philadelphia Eagles are back in the game.
There. And it wasn't flag football. He took his muffle right off there. He's working on Aaron Glenn. He beats Glenn to the top side. Now here comes Brown, who fell, and then all Glenn could get is the flag. Not flag football. That's 6 points. They hadn't gone to Fryer very much at all. And then he dropped one earlier. And now just that quick, the Eagles are right back in it.
That is the 10th touchdown catch for Irving Fryer, who at age 34, having a career season in catches and touchdown receptions. And Gary Anderson adds the extra point, and with 7:43 to go in the third quarter, the Eagles trail the Jets 10-7.
Stops in life. Great moments fly by a million miles an hour. But that's okay, because with its more powerful engine and refined suspension, new Camry owners are in for one smooth, comfortable ride. The new Camry. Smoother, more powerful, better than ever.
What's more amazing than the places you can go on the internet? The fact that you don't need a computer to get there. Web TV from Philips Magnavox. The internet now on your television at an affordable price.
Precious Hotline, what's the problem?
We're stuck with Skunky Beer.
So it's not Budweiser?
No.
Remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
Next time, look for this.
New Born on Dating from Budweiser, because fresh beer tastes better.
Precious Hotline.
Could we order some Chinese?
Send email, get sports scores, find dinosaurs. Is something missing? Exactly. The computer. Web TV from Philips Magnavox. The internet now on your television at an affordable price.
This game summary is brought to you by Budweiser. The Jets have outgained the Eagles, but notice that all the points in this game have come off turnovers. Hugh Douglas with 3 sacks, but Barrett Brooks kept him out as Detmer hit Irving Fryer with the touchdown catch for the first points of the game, and the Eagles now trail the Jets by only 3. Kickoff by Gary Anderson, fielded by Alex Van Dyke. Finds some running room up the middle, and Van Dyke will give the Jets good field position as he's tackled at the 38-yard line. That was a return of 23.
Watch Aaron Glenn. The coverage is right on Fryer perfectly. And then he misses the tackle, and then here's the thing. If you can't tackle the guy, steal his hand warmer and throw it at him.
That'll do it.
That didn't stop him either. I mean, that's just a great play of being out-physical by Fryer because the coverage by Glenn was right there.
That was only Fryer's second catch of the game. You mentioned they wanted to go to Jason Dunn, the tight end, and they always want to go to Fryer, but they've been missing in action today. First down for the Jets on the 38. Adrian Morrell off the left side picks up about 4 or 5.
You know, except for that 30-yard run by Morrell in the first quarter, the Eagles defensively have done a pretty good job of stuffing it. And they've been doing it mostly without walking up to 8-man fronts. But this guy here has played himself a good, solid game, Michael Zordich. Zordich is waiting back and then coming up and then just reading the open spot and being able to stuff some gaps.
He played well when Rich Kotite was the coach of the Eagles as well at that position. Second down and 5. Foley's pass caught. Webster Slaughter with the catch. Right now from McDonald's Game Break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Dick, it looks like Green Bay is back in the groove. Brett Favre has his weapons back in-house as they take on Detroit tomorrow. It all begins with the pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Back to Dick Stockton and Matt Miller.
DeAndre Rison has not had many catches, but opposing defenses know where he's at, and they make sure coverages to that side. Antonio Freeman's been having a big return.
Eagles with a first down, or Jets on the first down at the 47, Morrell. And now all of a sudden, that was Troy Vincent, who was question mark with an injury, whether he would play today, and a lot more aggressiveness shown by the Eagle D.
Yeah, you're going to see Troy Vincent make the tackle at the end. But I'm going to tell you something. The left side of the defense of the Eagles strung everything out. The Hollis Thomas right there, Joe Kelly right there, William Fuller, Ray Farmer, they all did their job in stopping it. So he had to run sideways, and then Vincent is the last stop.
You said how it's foolish to go sideways against the Eagles with their speed. 2nd and 13. Foley's pass intended for Keyshawn Johnson. Just led him a little bit too much.
He had him. He had a half a step right there on Don Griffin. He got to the inside, and there's a safety sitting in the middle. And then on the other side, you're going to watch Wayne Corbett working on Troy Vincent, and the jam takes that coverage away. A little bit better throw, and Keyshawn Johnson had himself a catch.
Keyshawn Johnson with a 46-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter today to account for the Jet touchdown, and Jumbo Elliott, the free agent, the former New York Giant, shaken up. 3rd down and 13. Again, 5 wide receivers for the Jets. And Glenn Foley slides.
It's a mistake.
He didn't know where he was. He was 5 yards shy when he started the slide.
He didn't know where he was. I mean, they had the man coverage perfectly. Everybody's turning and running with their coverage with their backs to Foley. Nice decision to try to run, and then watch at the end. He comes down. He doesn't know where he's at, so he slides. Then he realizes he was short and tries to keep going forward, but too late.
So the Jets will have to kick, and Brian Hansen again to punt. Mark Say back. Say is going to let this kick bounce, and the Jets will try to keep it in play, and they will. It will be down at the 4-yard line by Eric Zolwalt, a former Eagle who played for Rich Kotite in Philadelphia. So the Eagles will start from inside their 5-yard line when we return to the Meadowlands.
Wendy's, where hot and juicy hamburgers made fresh right when they're ordered keep the fans coming back, presents great comebacks. In 1987, the Bucks looked to drop a bomb on St. Louis. How did the undaunted Cards overcome a 25-point deficit and defuse Tampa Bay's plans? Stay tuned.
I thought you might be hungry. Happy holidays.
Thanks, Dave. Happy holidays to you, too.
If you're working hard this holiday, you deserve a big, hearty meal, like Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger Combo.
Thanks, Dave.
3 strips of hickory smoked bacon, smoked cheddar on a quarter-pound of fresh beef with sautéed onions, made right when you order it, plus biggie fries and a drink. Come in for a Wendy's Smoky Bacon Cheeseburger Combo today.
Happy holidays, Dave.
What a nice way to say happy holidays.
Trailing by 25 points, St. Louis was running out of time, but not options. Saving their best for last, the Cards exploded for 4 fourth-quarter touchdowns and an incredible never-say-die win.
Why is Dad so happy we rented with Hertz? Hertz 24-hour emergency roadside assistance?
No, not exactly.
Hertz computerized driving directions?
Nope, not exactly.
Hertz has more airport locations than anyone.
No, not exactly.
Then why exactly?
Listen.
Now, when you rent Hertz for a weekly or weekend rental, you can get triple frequent flyer miles. That's right, triple miles.
That's why Dad's so happy.
Exactly.
Can Lisa turn Springfield's bad boy into the perfect gentleman?
It really highlights your sensitive side. I feel like such a tool.
A brand new Simpsons, Sunday.
Rich Kotite told us the other day that you can't argue with the record, and facts are facts, and they have not been pretty for Rich Kotite. In fact, the worst 37-game spans among head coaches. Bill Handler actually had the worst record of that span with the Cardinals in the 40s. Rich Kotite losing his last 7 with the Eagles, 4-33 in his last 37 games. Those are ugly numbers. Eagles with a first down from the 4-yard line, and Charlie Garner brings it out to the 9-yard line. Garner, change-up running back choice, in for Ricky Waters at this stage.
You know, you watch Charlie Garner with his quickness and his big playability, and he's the perfect guy for a changer. I mean, because if there's a crack, boom, he's going to hit it quick. He also is big in the passing game. Just hitting him on a little, you know, out of the backfield, little circles, he can make something big happen.
Question is whether he'll stay durable. He's had problems with that. 2nd down and 5. Detmer is going up top for Fryer, and it's knocked away, broken up by Aaron Glenn, who this time didn't have to throw his hand warmer at Fryer.
Well, and he had the right coverage. And the ball has to be thrown to the outside. Detmer is going to see it, knows what he wants. He's going to have pressure come with the blitz. Marvin Jones inside, and then Spindler gets a hit on him. But I want you to watch to the outside. Look, down here, the ball has to come this way to the outside. It's thrown on the underneath side, and then Glenn can make the play. But if it's thrown to the outside, then you have a chance.
3rd and 5. Detmer's pass is intercepted by Aaron Glenn.
That's on Irvin Fryer.
Touchdown.
That's all on Irvin Fryer, and he knows it too. That's a case of fighting for the ball. And Aaron Glenn jumped the coverage inside, and Irvin Fryer stopped his route. And Ty Detmer threw where he thought he would be. And the only guy who was there was Aaron Glenn.
Fourth interception for Glenn, and his 2nd touchdown off of an interception.
Watch how Glenn holds the inside. See, and then Irvin Fryer stopped his route. Now watch Irvin Fryer at the end. He put his head down right away because he knew he shouldn't have done that. Detmer anticipated him coming to the inside. Glenn was there, and that's all she wrote.
Glenn really tightened up his game since the touchdown, and Fryer getting a lecture on the sideline.
He knows it. You don't have to say anything to him. He knew it as soon as he did it.
Nick Lowry is on to kick the extra point. So the Jets get a defensive touchdown here. And the extra point is good by Nick Lowry. And the Jets have taken a 17-7 lead with 4:05 remaining on the 3rd quarter on Aaron Glenn's interception and run.
Listen, Candace, we know what you're going through. Ever since Sprint launched that Diamond Minute rate, people just won't leave you alone.
And now we hear Sprint's really turning up the heat.
Now you can get 10 cents a minute 24 hours a day to the number you call the most.
So if you're watching, Candace, my advice to you is to go long and never come back.
I would ask to be traded to another city. I got it. Assume a whole new identity.
Hey, now there's an idea.
Call now and get a limited edition NFL phone card when you sign up for 10 cents a minute.
And the hearty crowd, with the rain stopped, cheering on the Jets as they continue to outplay the Philadelphia Eagles. Aaron Glenn's 2nd interception return for a touchdown. His first one was a 100-yard return against the Miami Dolphins.
So Aaron Glenn did a great job of taking away the inside. He was not going to allow Irvin Fryer to get inside.
Silvestri kicking off. Weatherspoon returning for the Eagles. And he is tackled at the 26-yard line.
Okay, watch Aaron Glenn. Now this is you're going to hold the inside. You're not going to allow him to get in. So by body position, you take it away. Fryer knew it, and so he stopped to try to come back to the top side. Glenn stayed with it, and did you see how Fryer went down? He knew it immediately. Now Detmer knew he had man coverage, knew where he wanted to go, was just waiting for him, anticipated him coming to the inside. He didn't get there. Now, see Fryer right there? He was sick to his stomach as soon as he did it. Yeah, he came to the sideline, and you take it like a man. He's just going to get a fuse, but he knew it before he ever got there.
Eagles on the 27. Charlie Garner is the running back. Garner is tripped up, and Bobby Hamilton nicked him first, and a gain of 4 yards. This has been a turnover game. Each team has turned it over 3 times, and all of the points in the game have come off the miscues. The Jets leading 17-7. Second and 7 for the Eagles on their 30. Less than 3.5 to go in the 3rd. Pitches to Garner. And Garner short of the first down by about 4. That was Marcus Coleman, who had interception earlier in the game, making the play.
Hey, this New York Jets defense, they'll fight you. I mean, they keep on coming. It's funny, Richie Kotite said to us the other day, you watch my team and you tell me if there's no fight in them. He said they have played hard all year long.
With one exception, that was the Houston Oilers game. That they play hard in every game but that one. 3rd and 3. Ricky Waters, the running back for Philadelphia. Denver loses the ball, and Hugh Douglas recovers the fumble for the Jets. It was Chad Castaden who put the pressure on and caused the fumble, and yet another turnover. And this Eagle team at this point is unraveling late in the 3rd quarter.
Watch Irvin Fryer, a nice matchup. Aaron Glenn has played him well all day long. Nothing there. Nice anticipation again to the top side. You're going to watch Marcus Coleman. Nothing there. Heck, Chris T. Jones basically stops his route. Castaden comes back, working on Richard Cooper, and has the presence to slap it out. And then Hugh Douglas is right there.
Hugh Douglas is having a monster game for the Jets, who have the ball on the Eagles' 28-yard line. Burrell runs into a brick wall, and nothing there. Hugh Douglas today has a fumble recovery and 3 sacks. That's a pretty good day's work.
Pretty good. Heck, that's a season for some people. 3 sacks. He's played well. Now, they've taken Jermaine Mayberry out. Barrett Brooks has been in over him. But Douglas already has established that that's his side of the ball. And that side of the field, nobody's even tempted him over there.
Winding down to 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 11. Foley is going to take off. 1st down. This time he slid at the right place, man, and the Jets have a 1st down inside the Eagle 20-yard line. 12-yard gain by Glenn Foley. And Rich Kotite's Jets are keeping it going against the playoff contenders here in the 3rd quarter.
Did you see what Foley did at the end of that run? He looked right to that 1st down marker to make sure he was going to get past it before he hit the deck.
1st down for the Jets now on the 17 of the Eagles. 2 tight ends for New York. Burrell, and he's stopped from behind by Ronnie Dixon for a loss of 2 yards. But the Jets continue to show run, and they have to set up the pass. And Burrell, their 1,000-yard rusher, has not really broken much after that first series.
Eagle defense has been playing the run pretty well. Actually, the last 2 times that Foley's taken off and run, he's had to run because there's been good coverage down the field.
2nd and 12 with under a minute to play in the 3rd. Here comes the blitz. And going up top for Keyshawn Johnson and dropping the interception attempt. James Fuller had it and lost it in the end zone.
That was a bad throw, and the difference between a good play and a great play was the drop in the end zone. I mean, Fuller had it. Watch how they zone off Johnson. They expect him to come. See? Willie Thomas holding the inside. Fuller turns around. There's the ball. Heck, that's picking cherries. This is not a good throw. You get the pressure by Joe Kelly. He just lays this one up.
Fuller playing in place of rookie Brian Dawkins, who was unable to go today. Keyshawn Johnson, 3rd down and 12. Foley's pass to Keyshawn Johnson out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. And it was Taylor and Griffin on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for the New York Jets with 26 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And 4th down now. It's 4th down and a 29-yard field goal attempt. Nick Lowry, who kicked one from 27 yards earlier and then missed one from 48.
Nick Lowry pulls his nose more than any kicker I've ever seen before he kicks.
And it stays on him.
It's amazing.
Lowry's kick is good. So the Jets again capitalize on the turnover and now lead by a score of 20-7.
It's over, Decker. Give me the disc. Forget something!
The Black & Decker Workmate, now with a larger work surface and one-handed clamping.
Show off.
Workmate by Black & Decker.
You see what Ty Detmer's had to deal with under pressure all day. Sacked 4 times. He's been hurried a bunch. Intercepted twice, and he's been forced 8 times. So it's been a good day, to say the least, of the Jet defensive down people in front, and a bad day for the Eagle offensive line.
There's the guy that's done most of the damage, Hugh Douglas, for the New York Jets. And again, Ty Detmer said we'd be idiots to lose to this team, but then said the Jets could be a tough team and kind of misinterpreted the quote. Douglas said he wanted to get Detmer today. Derek Weatherspoon returning, and that will end the third quarter with the score, the New York Jets 20 and the Philadelphia Eagles 7. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching Nonstop Fox, where the Munsters Scary Movie Christmas premieres Tuesday.
It's time to drive more. Ford Taurus. More car. A standard V6. More power. Exceptional roominess. More passenger and cargo room. Safety cell construction and standard dual airbags. More safety. Drive more. For less than $1,500 down, you can drive a '97 Ford Taurus for only $249 a month. Ford Taurus. America's #1 selling car. Only $249 a month. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today and drive more for only $249 a month.
Today, you will have a thought, or 2, or 10 million. Some will become possibilities. Some will become realities. And some of those thoughts will become the future. Because you will have the tools and the help of a company who can't wait to see what you can do. Bellarmine.
The Nissan Pathfinder. Snow hasn't been this much fun in years.
Tonight, Nonstop Fox continues with an all-new hour-long episode of Cops. And after Cops, check out the man police call the new Godfather of New York City. It's a brand-new episode of America's Most Wanted, all on Nonstop Fox, home of Super Bowl 31. Start of the fourth quarter, along with Matt Millen, I'm Dick Stockton. And the New York Jets leading 20-7. Outscored the Eagles in the third quarter. It'll be Eagles ball. They'll have a first down on their 31-yard line. Eagles 8-6 and needing a victory in their last 2 games, or a win and a loss by the Redskins to wrap up a playoff berth, but they're on the short end, and right now they're adjusting the clock here, and that's why we've had the delay. But the 1-13 Jets have outplayed the Eagles. Question is, can they sustain for one more quarter in their eyes? Ricky Waters is the running back, and he's in motion. Detmer's pass over the middle to Kevin Turner, and just a couple of yards. Well, we have the great pleasure of having with us John Walsh. And John, of course, we've been talking about America's Most Wanted coming back, an all-new version. Tell us about the show.
Well, our good friend has put us back on the air, and we are coming in our 4th week. We've caught 4 guys in 4 weeks, and because of David Hill, we're back on the air, and tonight we're doing a new edition of the FBI's 10 Most Wanted, a guy who killed 4 people, 2 small children. I hope we can get him tonight.
Great. Continued good luck. We're looking forward to the show.
Thank you.
Heck, John, the way the Eagles have been playing, they may show up on your show for most wanted this week for one of the ugliest displays we've seen in a long time.
Ty Detmer's pass intended for Irving Pryor is incomplete. John, let me ask you, do you follow football?
Yes, I do. I'm a great football fan.
Any particular team you
Well, I'm from Florida, and the Dolphins are friends of mine, and our old buddy Jimmy Johnson is down there trying to bring them back.
Well, Matt and I were last week there in Miami seeing the Giants upset them. So
yeah, and the way the Dolphins played last week is the way that the Philadelphia Eagles are playing this week.
Exactly.
You know, the other thing is both New York teams, last week the Giants, this week the Jets, have been playing better than they had at any time in the season.
Yeah, way above their expectations.
All right, John, thanks again for being with us, and good luck with America's Most Wanted.
Thank you.
Ty Detmer's pass is tipped by Chad Patton, and that'll bring up 4th down. So things have not changed much for the Eagles except for the one offensive score. And they'll have to kick it away.
Second play that Cascadden made, this time just nice anticipation, sitting right back there, gets his hands up and knocks it down. He was on the outside. It was Aaron Glenn again. He's matched up on Irvin Pryor.
Nice snap, and Hutton does what he can to get it off, and Hutton did a good job. Crevette will go out of bounds with it, but that could have been a lot worse, and a penalty flag is down at the 22-yard line.
Well, usually what happens here, Dick, is if there's a miscue in the snap, they get illegal men down the field, and that's generally what it'll be called.
As it was a 22-yard kick by Hutton, handling that high snap and bobbling it, but the flag will go against the Eagles.
Ineligible player downfield on the kicking
And
team.
will be declined.
Penalty is declined. First down, New York Jets.
So as we start the 4th quarter, the miseries continue for the Eagles. And we'll take a timeout. Good field position. That's been the theme for the Jets today.
Introducing the all-new, more powerful, better handling Honda Prelude. Choose your accessories with caution.
Hey, that's great. Who are the chefs?
Not going anywhere for a while?
Great googly moogly.
Grab a Snickers.
You spell it.
Yeah. Oh, diddly ho.
Got your pizza movie, guys.
What?
I got your pizza movie.
What's a pizza movie?
You buy a pizzeria stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, you get a free rental at Blockbuster. Pizza movie, get it?
Free. How'd you do that?
I'm Santa. I can do anything.
Now at Pizza Hut, buy a large pizzeria stuffed crust pizza for $9.99 and get a certificate for one free rental of Blockbuster Video.
This is getting easy.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Honda. Vehicles designed to help simplify your life. By Dockers Khaki. Hey, nice pants. By Snickers. Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait? And by De Beers. A diamond is forever.
Jets with the ball on their own 44-yard line. First down. Following the bad snap and the 22-yard punt by Hutton. Adrian Morrell is wrestled down by Joe Kelly after a 1-yard gain.
Now you're going to watch the Eagles right now. They're going to say, forget this. We're not going to let you run. We're just going to walk everybody up and going to make it tough. Look, they walked their safety up. Look at this. They got 8 people here, 3 guys outside, and it's just a numbers game. You can't win this game. There's always going to be a free man. It's 7 versus 8. You lose.
Jets playing a very smart game today. Have a second down and 9 at the 45-yard line. And they roll out. And the pass underneath to Kyle Brady for a minimal gain. It'll be third down and long coming up for the Jets. Adrian Morrell got off to a hot start, 47 yards in his first 4 carries, but as you mentioned, Matt, the Eagle defense has clamped down on the run, only -5 in his last 13.
Hey, you look at this score, 20-7, and it hasn't been the Eagle defensive fault. They've been playing hard. The turnovers have been the difference. Heck, one of them for a touchdown, and then, 2 of them put them in field goal position. They gave up 7 points defensively. They've played pretty well defensively today.
Jets have not made a third down play yet. They're 3rd and 8 on the 46. Short drop by Foley, and he's got Wayne Krebet, and he won't get it either. And the play was blown dead, short of the first down by about 3 yards by William Thomas. So once again, the Jets come up empty on 3rd down, and they'll have to kick.
Yeah, make it 0 for 9. They're 0 for. 3rd down, 0 for.
That's one of the few places where they have not succeeded. They have converted 4 Eagle turnovers.
But see, that's good defense, again, by the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been great on 3rd down. They need their defense to play offense, and they'd be okay in this 4th quarter.
Maybe they can arrange that. Brian Hansen will do the punting, and Mark Say back deep for the Eagles. And the clock runs down, and we'll have a 5-yard penalty, delay a game called against the Jets. But I got to think right about now, Rich Kotite, even though he's got a whole quarter to go practically, has to feel real good inside because he has a chance to really do some damage against his former team. They've outplayed him today.
I think he felt pretty good about his team's chances going into this game. Remember, in the middle of the week, he came out and there was some quote in the paper like, well, we'll let these things happen. If they're going to fire me, they're going to fire me, all that kind of stuff. And it kind of looked to me on the outside like he was almost giving up. But he was not that way at all when we saw him, when we met him the other day at practice.
Well, he was a fighter, prize fighter. He fought with Ali in sparring sessions. Angelo Dundee had trained him. He's never been a quitter in his life.
That is a tough guy, and his team's playing that way today.
Beau pantalon.
Hey, she says nice pants. Is a boy.
Darker stone-washed khakis.
Sir, is that good here?
Oui.
Topped with ripe red tomato and fresh green lettuce, McDonald's Deluxe sandwiches fit right into the holidays. The great grown-up taste, the perfect holiday treat.
Can MasterCard unite the world? Well, the world can't seem to agree on a single language or even a single philosophy. But we can all seem to agree on a single currency. Gold MasterCard, accepted at over 280,000 cash machines worldwide.
Passport.
Yeah.
When Tampa cops search for 3 escaped convicts,
There he goes, there he goes.
it's going to be a wild ride.
Get out, get out.
Primetime Cops, tonight on Nonstop Fox.
Well, some of the best football being played may be in the upper deck today.
But there's more completions right there. Oh, there's a drop. They had more completions in the commercial than I watched the Eagles have all day.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line, but the Jets got to give them a lot of credit against the playoff-hungry teams, supposedly. Ricky Waters cuts outside and gets running room and has his best rush of the day of 23 yards, run out of bounds by Ray Mickens.
Waters going to take off, and as he breaks to the left side, remember, he never changes. See, the ball should be in the other hand at this point. He's going to watch what happens at the end. Right there. You see Mickens tried to slap it out. should be on the other side.
Jets free safety Gary Jones is the injured player. Say that secondary has done a fine job today. Want to remind you, coming up the NFL on Fox, tomorrow's slate of games, 49ers and the Steelers. And the Steelers winning the AFC Central, looking for a home field advantage during the playoffs. The 49ers fighting for their division lives. Packers always have a rough time against the Lions. And the playoff picture, Green Bay, Carolina, Dallas are the division leaders right now, but the 49ers, Vikings, and the Eagles are teams that would be in the playoffs if the season were to end right now and they control their destiny.
And you better believe that Arizona and the Redskins are watching this game, and they're saying, all right, you do your part, we'll take care of ours. Both of them, remember last time they played, that was a tremendous game in Washington. Both of them believing that they can still get into these playoffs and play well.
Lonnie Young replaces Gary Jones, and on a reverse, Charlie Garner. And the Eagles will lose big-time yardage.
Heck, Bobby Hamilton had 2 tackles in 1 play. Hey, Hamilton hit Ricky Waters as he was holding off, going to make the handoff, and then got off of that one and went back and made the tackle again.
Loss of 10 yards.
Watch Hamilton, number 92. See, there's the first one. He stops that one, and then Hugh Douglas forces him to come up, and Hamilton makes it again. I guess when things go wrong, they really go wrong.
Hamilton, the first-year defensive end from Southern Mississippi, gives the Eagles 2nd down and 20 back to their 33-yard line. Denver has a wide-open Irving Fryer, and he goes out of bounds. He had beaten Aaron Glenn on the pattern, and a first down gain of 24 into Jet territory.
It's been a pretty good matchup all day long. Aaron Glenn on Irving Fryer to the inside, and he just gets him picked off by his own defender. That's a nice job of Fryer running him into it. And when it's turned into any kind of a physical thing, Irving Fryer has beaten him. But when it's been any kind of finesse, when it's just pure coverage, Aaron Glenn has won those battles.
3 catches, 78 yards, and the 1 touchdown the Eagles have. 1st and 10 on the Jet 43. Play action fake. Detmer has a man wide open, and he completes it to Jimmy Johnson, the backup tight end. And the Eagles now, with a 31-yard gain, have a first down inside the 15.
So you're only going to make that throw, and you can find the receiver down the field when you have time to throw. And then, look, Victor Green lets him run right by him, and there's nobody in that zone behind him. He just gets to the middle of the field, and the ball's perfectly thrown. And then, you know, just when you think the live bullets are flying, you know, you got to crawl under enemy lines just like that.
First down on the 12, so Johnson comes out after making that big play. Eagles are threatening, trailing 20-7. Detmer going for Solomon, and defending him was Marcus Coleman.
No, as bad as the Eagles have played today, defensively they've played pretty well. They score right here. They have 9 minutes left to go, and they can come back and get another score and win this football game.
If they scored a touchdown and got an extra point, they trailed by 6.
Dick, I can tell you can feel in the stands with the people that are here that they sense the same thing.
Well, they've seen it before with this Jet team. 2nd and 10. Here's Ricky Waters, nothing there, as the Jets close down the middle with Bobby Houston, Chad Cascat, and Hugh Douglas all in on the play.
And they ran right into a blitz is what they did. John Gruden thought he'd try to sneak one in. But Vecchiarella, the defensive coordinator, came with a blitz on the inside. So a lot of times you blitz rundowns also, just to take away any kind of the running lanes in there, and they caught him perfect.
Kevin Turner, the fullback, lines up wide to the left on 3rd and 11. Ty Detmer looking for a receiver. Nowhere to go. And hit and dropped at the 5-yard line, short of the first down by about 3 by Lonnie Young. The Eagles couldn't get it to a receiver, and the Jets did a great job of covering.
Yeah, they covered, but, you know, at one point, you're going to fight to get open. You're going to watch Irvin Fryer working on Aaron Glenn. Okay, now you start to see, okay, keep going. Come back to the ball. You stop. Then you're going to watch Ed West working on Victor Green. He's starting to scramble, work to get open, fight to get open.
And they're going for it on 4th down and 3.
They have no choice. You have to.
Ball is at the 5. Detmer under pressure, throws incomplete, but a flag is down.
Yeah.
It was intended for Jason Dunn.
Yeah, they were holding Jason Dunn right there. And they came, see what they did? They came with a zone blitz, and they dropped Spindler out of there.
And we'll have 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Eagles.
Holding. Defense number 35. That's half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Yeah, it's not going to be 35. It's going to be 25. And there's Jason Dunn right there, see? And that's what they're going to call. Heck, Matt Brock and Spindler had dropped out from the inside on that zone blitz and got right there, but they called him with the flag.
Ball will be placed down between the 2- and 3-yard line. That's where the hold took place. So it's 1st and goal for the Eagles. Nothing there for Ricky Waters, and it was Matt Brock who plugged it. There is Brock on the bottom of that pileup.
Times like this, your best players have to make your play. So if you're the Philadelphia Eagles and you're Ricky Waters, you got to make a play. If you're Irvin Fryer, you got to make a play. One of those guys has to come up with something, regardless of what's going on for the rest of the day. If you're going to be a Pro Bowl player and you're an All-Pro and you're a playmaker, then make a play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and you saw Waters' numbers, 14 carries for 60 yards, and the Jets call a timeout to set up this play. This is their first timeout of the second half. We'll be right back.
Will she say, I love it? You shouldn't have. It's just what I wanted. Or will she say, nothing at all? The Diamond Solitaire Necklace. This Christmas goes straight for the heart.
Bayer. Powerful pain relief and so much more.
The Panasonic Razor. Shave wet or shave dry. Your choice. Your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard. Play hard. Shave your way. Panasonic.
Sales, Joe. There's always a future in sales. Just think, Joe. You're going to be your own boss. Joe, plastics last forever.
Joe, let's not call it a pyramid scheme.
Emu, Joe. It's the pork of the future.
Lots of career opportunities in one car. Make it a good one. The Civic Sedan from Honda.
Joe, 12 men, one boat. What could be better?
Back at the Meadowlands, following a Jets timeout, it'll be 2nd and goal. This is the best Eagle drive by far of the game. 77 yards on this drive. Their previous 12 drives totaled only 83 yards. That's how their offense has struggled, but they're trying to get their second touchdown here. Ed West is in, 2 tight ends. Chris P. Jones goes in motion. Ty Detmer flips it, touchdown to Jones.
That was all on Detmer. Detmer's feet was the difference in the play. Jones is able to go right back outside because the pressure put on the defense by Detmer when he rolled is the difference. That's a nice call. Just watch and see. Now, the defense has to react to the quarterback. What are you going to do? You're going to stay back, you're going to come up. You see Marcus Coleman stop. He stopped as Jones made his break back outside, all because of Detmer's movement. Watch him inside. See, Coleman looks back inside to Detmer. There's the difference.
14th touchdown pass of the year for Ty Detmer, and Gary Anderson adds the extra point. So Jet fans have seen this. They have lost 7 second-half leads, and now it's down to a 6-point Jet lead. We'll be right back.
When you come into the presence of a leader of men, you know that you have come into the presence of fire, that there is something that makes it dangerous to cross him.
The way I see it, coaching against this Leon kid must be like sitting on a taxi. Got your offense stymied, your defense bamboozled. What can you do? And just when you figure things can't get any worse, guess who shows up to return the punt? Prime time. Oh, brother. Anyway, take it from me, forget your fancy sports drink and get yourself some bicarbonate of soda.
Stupid bird.
Never underestimate the bond between a Civic Coupe and its owner.
Francis Ford Coppola's nephew directs the real-life story of the man police call the new Godfather. Watch America's Most Wanted tonight.
Perhaps the Eagles have gotten the message that they need this game in their playoff drive. They now trail 20-14 with a 9-play, 80-yard drive. Chris T. Jones on the receiving end of a Ty Detmer pass. 6-point lead, and Reggie Cobb is returning for the New York Jets. And he is dropped at the 17-yard line by Sylvester Wright.
I want you to watch a couple things. First of all, here's the block on Hamilton by Turner, the fullback, that allows Detmer to get to the outside. Now, as he goes outside, Marcus Coleman right there. See, because he's rolling, he turns his head, looks back. Jones is able to go out, and the ball's right in for 6 points. All because of Detmer's movement and forcing everything. Then I'll tell you, one of the biggest plays of the game is a penalty right there on Jason Dunn.
And that gave the Eagles a new set of downs at the 3.
And that was on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 18. Adrian Morrell, who hasn't run much since early in the game.
It's a big series right here.
Gets 4 yards, stopped by Ray Farmer.
Yeah, this is right here's the game for the Eagles. This much time, there's 6:40 to go in the game. They stop them here, get the ball back. They can take their time and get down the field. There's plenty of time left. All these things right now, it all goes to the Philadelphia Eagle defense.
And the Jets are trying to defy the scenario that has plagued them all season long. Second half collapses. Second down and 6. Richie Anderson in motion right. And the pass deflected by Zordich. And he still has not been hit and now knocked out of bounds. Michael Zordich with his second interception of the game.
Dick, remember earlier when Zordich made the pick, he gave the big cushion and he played off? Guess what? He changed it up. He gave the big cushion and then boom, he jumped the coverage because he anticipated Foley. Watch, he had to go out top. Now he's going to give the cushion. Now look at him break. He breaks. They were going to run a stop and go on him, at least the receiver thought. Foley sees it. Zordich anticipates, and it's a monster play by Zordich.
Intended for Richie Anderson, and so Zordich with his second pick. 4 turnovers by the Jets, and has Rich Kotite and the Jet fans seen this before. 8 turnovers in the game, 4 by each side of the Eagles, with a first down on the Jet 18. Trailing by 6. Ricky Waters gets inside the 15-yard line. A good gain on first down.
No, you mentioned earlier about...
Remember back in game 1, 10 of 22 from the foul line for Shaquille O'Neal, 4 for Chang on Friday night.
Shaq is the toughest guy in the NBA to referee. And what I mean by that, Marv, he's so big and he's so strong. What is incidental contact in a normal move, and when is he getting an advantage? I think it's almost virtually impossible to tell.
Well, that goes both ways. Here's Mutombo. Rebounded by O'Neal, because you talk to Shaq, and he feels, and justifiably so, that people take shots at him because he's so big. Sometimes there is a perception that, hey, that's not a foul. He does get hammered. Fisher, and on the other hand, he gives out quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Look out, Fox able to knock it away from Iverson, coming from the blind side, but it will be Sixer ball.
It is so noisy in here. Iverson cannot hear the defense coming in behind him. You've got to be yelling. You got a man coming in from behind you so you protect the basketball, but I don't even think that if the Sixers could yell that loud right now that he could hear them.
Minute 20 remaining in this first quarter. Again, Mutombo sets the pick. Iverson, yes. Good job by Dikembe Mutombo.
This guy has to work so hard for every shot. That's why he needs layups and free throws. Marby's taking 10 shots in this period. He's had to work for every one of them.
10 points, 3 assists for Iverson. Geiger called for the foul. That will put Fisher at the line.
The Lakers are going to force Iverson to his left. You see just a little bump there by Mutombo as he frees up Iverson to shoot that jump shot. And then here is the foul. Once again, that dribble penetration. When you get in the lane there, you get yourself in trouble. And Matt Geiger reached in and fouled Derek Fisher, who will go to the line for 2.
Derek Fisher, a guy who's made it back from that stress fracture in his right foot, played only 20 games in the regular season, and has played exceptionally well in the playoff run. He said just a couple of weeks ago, at one point, he was close to writing off the entire season. Said he was getting frustrated. He was one day away from deciding to sit out the rest of the year before he started to make his way back with 20 games left. Fox with the steal. Overthrows. Bryant with the save. No, he stepped out. Stepped out of bounds.
Well, Phil Jackson very unhappy with Rick Fox. At home, Mark, you can take a few chances. On the road, ball possession is so vital. The risk reward in that pass is not there. Fox has got to hold that back and they can get another shot.
The game is tied at 23. 35 seconds left. First quarter. Mutombo. And it's a 3-second violation.
Shaq is so big, you can't dislodge him. Dikembe cannot get his shoulder in him and move him. And what happens is Shaq actually knocks him off balance. He loses control of his footwork there and just used up the 3 seconds in lane.
Each team with 4 turnovers. 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's the double on O'Neal. 5 on the 24. Down to 3, 2. O'Neal. It counts. Just did. Now wait a moment. The outside official, Bob Delaney, calling Bennett Salvatore, Dan Crawford over. The initial indication was yes, it was good. That call made by Dan Crawford, who had the angle to our right. You can hear the reaction from individual fans sitting behind our broadcast location. And it appears that the basket does count with 2 8/10 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Marv, let's see if it did count. Then they'll probably have to reset some time on the clock, so they'll go back to see what the differential is to see if they lost some time. So it'll go to 5-5. So that's the discussion there, that he did score, and now they get 2 7/10 more on the clock.
All right, here's Snow hustling down and draws the foul. It's a foul to give. So 2 2/10 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Well, Larry Brown's still very upset at referee Bob Delaney, feeling that shot should not have counted. He's got to put that behind him right now, though. His team needs him. They got a chance here to get a score at the end of the quarter, and if they do, they'll be tied at the end of 1. This is a big possession here for them, giving momentum going into the quarter.
Geiger, yes! Matt Geiger had a buzzer basket at the half in Game 2 in Los Angeles. He's done it here at the end of the first quarter. And after one, it's the 76ers and the Lakers tied at 25. Matt Geiger from deep in the corner. We're head to the second quarter. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. You are watching the NBA on NBC.
Take against the shot clock, and here's a look. Here's a red light up here. The ball is still in his hands. That's what Larry Brown was so upset about, feeling that the shot clock had expired. Here we are once again. A shot goes up, and when we stop it, you will see shot clock, ball in his hands. So Larry Brown not happy about that call, but the one thing he is happy about, Philly went on a 10-5 run to end that quarter. That was not what happened in Game 2. That's a positive sign for the 76ers.
It's 25 apiece as the second quarter gets underway. Robert Horry, Brian Shaw have checked in for the first time. 7 ties, 7 lead changes in the opening quarter. Shaw handling against Snow. Shaw, Fisher, and Bryant in a 3-guard set for the Lakers, along with Horry and O'Neal. Good play by Mutombo to knock it away. Here comes Snow. Last touched by the Lakers.
One of the things to look for, Marv, as this game continues to go, Philadelphia is a team that lives on that free throw line. They average almost 21 points a game in the regular season at the line. 0 for 2 in the first period. The Lakers 7 of 9. That free throw line is important to the Sixers' success.
And the foul is called. Matt Geiger with the offensive foul, and that's a quick 3 on Geiger.
Let's see if he moves. He does. He sort of sticks his backside out there to try to bump off. Now watch, if it's a normal move, they'll let you get away with it. If you turn and try to create more space than you normally would, they'll call it. Now that is a big foul. Geiger was playing well, and Tyrone Hill has not played well. So now the pressure is on Jermaine Jones as they've gone to a small lineup.
Bryant kept alive by Horry, and Jones is on it. He thought he was fouled as the Lakers get it back. Shaw for 3. Matt Geiger played 4 minutes, committed 3 fouls, sits down with Jones making his return. Iverson is fouled by Fisher. So for Derek Fisher, his first foul.
Well, as Larry Brown starts to go to his bench, that has been one of the keys in this series. The Lakers' bench has not played nearly as well. Mutombo, as that Aaron King has hurt his hand. Let's take a look to see how this occurred. Right there, you see him jam. It looked like his right thumb goes up against Kobe Bryant. Just what the Sixers need, another injury. They've been the walking wounded. Aaron McKee's got a chip fracture in his ankle. He's got a sore shoulder. He's got a sore knee. Now he's got a sore hand.
And Roger Bell has come on. Here's Iverson. Yes! Beautiful step-back jumper by Allen Iverson. 6 of 11. 12 points. And the Sixers lead 27-25. Nice move by Fisher to set it up for O'Neal. Fisher back on it. Here's Fisher. Fouled by Jones.
Well, that's what Derek Fisher does. He gets you all those loose balls. Allen Iverson is just showing us the whole package here to get open today. Running on that baseline, he runs. Robert Horry gets him in the air, takes his time and knocks in that jump shot. So he's got big guys running at him, small guys trying to keep him from catching it. But this guy's spirits just don't get dampened. He just keeps coming at you with a relentless assault.
Well, you can log on to NBA.com to make your own in-progress highlight reel of the finals with my highlights. Check out All Access on NBA.com for a behind-the-scenes look at these NBA finals on NBA.com.
Mara talked about the bench a while ago. The 76ers in Game 1, bench 29-15, 31-19 in Game 2. That has been big. They've averaged 30 points a game off the bench. They're going to need that today as well.
Iverson Good job again by Mutombo, and then Bryant over to knock it away. Horry being played by Jones. Shaq now at the high post. O'Neal taking it to the rim. Shaw with the offensive ball.
See, Tyrone Hill is not in the game as we see Shaw shoot the open jumper. Finally a rebound. Philly's gone to a small lineup here because Larry Brown does not trust Tyrone Hill. They got to rebound the ball.
Roger Bell. Three-point attempt by Bell. Lakers and Sixers tied at 27. Lakers have missed their last 5 shots. There's Bell helping out on O'Neal. Frees up Horry. Yes, a 3 for Robert Horry, who has been a terrific playoff performer throughout his career.
Well, he's been big in the last couple series, especially with Horace Grant struggling. He comes in and he gives him a guy that can shoot from distance, as we saw there. Who's going to score here now for Philadelphia?
Well, Mutombo comes up short. Three minutes gone by in the second quarter. Game 3 of this best-of-7 NBA final series. Kobe Bryant with a beautiful stroke over Roger Bell. Kobe been quiet. Only 6 points for Bryant. And the Lakers now lead by 5. Eric Snow. That is his first field goal.
Well, you can see the game plan on Eric Snow. When he comes off the screen, they're going to go way underneath it and force him to shoot jump shots. He's going to have to make that shot.
Bryant, yes. So Kobe's hit 2 in a row. And the Lakers lead 34-29.
I really like what Kobe did. He was energetic and hyper early in the game. He's gotten a little tired. He's calmed himself down. Now he's looking for his offense. Those last 2 shots were very smooth.
And the Lakers now in the midst of a 9-2 run. And it's Salvatore with the call. Foul on Fisher. That is his second.
Kobe knows he can get his shot whenever he wants to. He's got the size over Raja Bell. He just squares up. The Lakers like to see him penetrate, and when he has that kind of room, he's going to take
cover over special events. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company has dispatched the Spirit of Goodyear to Philadelphia to carry on that proud tradition. A homecoming for Kobe Bryant, although he did hear the boos during the introductions. Kobe, born in the Philadelphia area, played his high school ball at Lower Merion in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, led Lower Merion to a 77-13 record over his last 3 years, winning the Class 4A state title as a senior, and he finished high school as the all-time leading scorer in Southern Pennsylvania history with over 2,800 points. Classic example to back up Kobe's point that we mentioned earlier, that all of his high school friends are rooting for the Sixers. Kobe's parents were inspired to give him that name, Kobe, by the Kobe Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar, a restaurant located some 12 miles away from his old high school. And that restaurant has now been renamed the Answer Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar, at least during the NBA Finals, I'm told.
Well, you can see the chess match here now with the coaches. Shaq goes down to rest. Phil Jackson gives a little time. Immediately, Todd McCullough comes into the game to give Mutombo some rest. You see right now, Larry Brown recognized he needs some offense. Maybe McCullough could do that for him. Rest Mutombo with Shaq sitting.
Lakers with a 34-29 lead. And Kobe Bryant is on fire. 10 points for Kobe. He is 5 for 9. He's hit his last 3 shots.
You see, that's the luxury the Lakers have. Shaq can rest, and Kobe can take over offensively. This man right now with the basketball, the Lakers are going to send everybody at him.
Iverson blocked from behind by Horry.
There's nobody else out there to score. I mean, right now it's Allen Iverson. Aaron McKie coming back into the game with his thumb now taped up. But look at it, everybody's coming over. Horry comes away from the other side of the floor, chases him, and follows him to the baseline and blocks his shot. Lou is in the game now. He's going to try to keep him from catching the ball, use all kind of energy, and just try to wear him down a little bit, but the Sixers have got to find a way to score here.
First appearance for Tyronn Lue, who did the good job defensively against Iverson in game 1. Snow foul. Nice move. Eric Snow going to his left and able to draw the foul. It's on Grant. Horace trying to help out. So Snow will go to the line. We'll check in with Lewis Johnson.
All right, Marv, thanks a lot. Well, here's an update. McKee, who suffered a sprain just a few moments ago. Lenny Courier, who is the Philadelphia trainer, probably the busiest trainer in the world, has been busy putting tape on McKee's ankle throughout this series, but now he's put it on his thumb. He has a sprained thumb, and we're told that he is available to come back in the game. Marv?
All right, thank you, Lewis. Just added to the medical resume of Aaron McKie.
Well, you know, your legs start your shot. He's got a chip fracture in the ankle, and you got to have that right hand and thumb to be able to shoot the basketball. That's on his shooting hand, so now he's going to have a tough time getting lift, and he's got a sprained thumb on his shooting hand. Things are not getting any easier for Aaron McKie.
And a double technical called with Allen Iverson and Tyronn Lue trash talking. Tyronn standing in for Kobe Bryant. They had a little session at the end of game 2 on Friday night with Allen and Kobe exchanging verbal barbs.
Well, Allen Iverson's got to be careful now. The next technical, he gets ejected. You know, Tyronn Lue would love that trade-off.
5 minutes gone by in the second. Here's Kobe. Yes. He's hit his last 4. 12 points for Bryant. And the Lakers have their biggest lead of the night.
Well, he's in such a rhythm right now. He's really slowed down and playing at a nice pace.
Iverson. Rebounded by Shaw.
Mark, you see that, though? The minute Iverson put the ball on the floor, Robert Boyd went running, or excuse me, it was Horace Grant that time, went running over just to force him to shoot a jump shot.
Here's Kobe. Yes! 5 straight for Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers lead by 10. So Kobe 7 of 11, 14 points. Meanwhile, Iverson has missed his last 3 shots, and Larry Brown wants to talk it over with 6:16 remaining in the first half.
Well, the Sixers' game plan, make this guy shoot jump shots. Don't let him penetrate and get in the lane. Well, Kobe is taking what the defense gives him. Backs up, shoots the open jump shot over Aaron McKie, who's an excellent defender. Once again, the little dribble interchange. Kobe rises up over the defense and buries it. He is on fire. Shaq is resting, and the Lakers by 10.
Hey, fellas.
In the game, man. A little bit. Technical foul on both of them. And I gave him a chance to stop. He wouldn't stop, and he got a little carried away. And you know what? It's a technical foul. You know, we definitely have to be aware of high.
All right, the official Dan Crawford with the explanation as Allen Iverson and Tyronn Lue had some words. Saw Kobe Bryant step over, got in a couple of shots, some body blows, and then left.
Well, and Aaron McKie comes back and hits a jumper. And the first thing you saw in that timeout, he took the tape off his thumb. It is so difficult to try to shoot with that thumb taped up. He said, you know what? It's sore. I just got to live with the pain if I'm going to try to make some jump shots.
It's a 15-5 run for the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal is back on the floor. Kobe Bryant, the last 10 points for Los Angeles. 5:40 to go in this first half. Shaw able to knock it away from Snow. Here's Lue with Mutombo back. Mutombo did not come out. And Tyronn Lue hits the open jumper.
Now, those are the kind of plays that just kill the 76ers. You're trying to get back into it. You get a defensive stop. You turn it over, and they get a little easy jump shot. You've got to take care of the ball this last 5.5 minutes, Mark. Get back in the game.
The Lakers have a 10-point lead. Snow, yes.
Probably a lot of people watching saying the Sixers have them right where they want them right now. Down 8 here with 5 minutes to go. This is when they're at their best.
76ers winning game 1 in stunning fashion in Los Angeles in overtime, providing a scare in the fourth quarter against the Lakers in game 2. Lakers able to pull it out. Here's Bryant, Kobe Bryant again. A sensational first half for Kobe. 12 of his 16 points have come here in the second quarter. In one stretch, hit 10 straight for the Lakers. 76ers trailing by 10. Iverson, yes.
Marv, I don't know how he plays at this kind of pace. He works so hard. Tyronn Lue bumped him almost all the way out to the hash mark, and he back cut, caught the ball, and still was able to score. I don't know where he gets all this energy.
14 for Iverson. Now McKee defending against Bryant. McKee getting a piece of it. Shot clock at 4. Bryant. Kobe Bryant over Aaron McKee, who did about everything you could ask for defensively.
Kobe sort of looked over like, nah, they got nothing for me today.
Kobe's in his last 7 shots. Snow. Oh, Lawrence Snow has picked it up. He's now 3 for 3 from the field, and the Lakers lead 46-38.
Well, Eric Snow gets so many open shots because of all the focus on Allen Iverson, so he's got to knock that shot down.
Horry shaking off Iverson. Low for 3. Tyronn Lue with a couple of jumpers, one from 2-point range, and now from downtown, and the Lakers lead 49-38. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Iverson. Mutombo with the rebound and foul. Horry looking to knock it away.
One of the things with Allen Iverson, when he can't penetrate, Marv, he has a tendency to settle for that quick outside jump shot. The Lakers are going to try to keep him off the foul line. He has shot 2 free throws in his last 7.5 quarters. He's got to get to the line. 44.
And Doug, the Lakers have been sizzling in this first half. They are 19 of 34 from the field, 56%. And they converted on 10 of their last 11 shots.
Well, again, we're going to talk about closing out quarters. I'm sure that Phil Jackson has talked to his team here. We got about 3 minutes to go in this half. We've got a 9-point cushion. We want to build on it. And what happens? Tyronn Lue pushes off on Iverson. He does a nice little acting job to get the attention of the official. But these are the kind of turnovers that the Lakers do not want to commit here with this lead. Here's Iverson and Lue. You can see the little bump. Now, there's been a whole lot more contact going on today, but you know, those guys were jawing at each other. They both got technical fouls, and what do the referees do? They clean it up real fast. They won't allow that to go once those guys start jawing at each other.
Ron Lewis played well. 3rd season in the NBA out of Nebraska. Originally a first-round draft pick of the Denver Nuggets. Injury hit last year. Appeared in only 8 games. Sat out a good portion of this year on the injured list. And then Phil Jackson made the decision to put him on the playoff roster. Oh, the rejection, stopping Snow, and last touched by the Sixers.
Well, Shaq made a great play. Larry Brown is very unhappy. He thought it was a foul, but the referee ruled that Snow jumped in to Shaq to draw the foul. Shaq gets the block shot. The ball goes off Snow. And it seems like the Sixers, every time they get a chance, they just can't complete a play.
Second block for Shaquille, who had 8 in Game 2, tying an NBA Finals record. Shot clock at 4. Horry. Lue able to keep it alive. Tyronn Lue, who goes 6 foot, gets it into Shaquille O'Neal, and a foul, late whistle that the Sixers object to.
On the second shot opportunity, look where Shaq catches this ball. Look how close he is to the basket. Mutombo goes up. You see he did hit him on the wrist. The frustration of the Philly fans now getting the whistle was late. That was definitely a foul. Watch him as he hits him right there on the forearm as Shaq is not able to finish the play.
First foul on Mutombo. Shaquille is now 7 of 8. At the line.
Everything is going right here in this first half for the Lakers. They have 50 points, so the pace of the game is good. Shaq is making his free throws. Shaq got him off to a great start. Kobe held them together in the second period. And other than Allen Iverson, the Sixers are struggling to find offense. Somebody's got to come to the forefront and help them score.
And you look at the numbers, Doug, it's not that the Sixers are shooting badly. They're right around the 50% mark. They're not getting to the foul line.
Absolutely. That free throw line mark, they get 21 points a game there.
Last touched by the Lakers with just under 2 minutes remaining. And this first half, the Lakers now lead by the score of 51-40. This represents their biggest lead of the night. Snow bothered by Bryant. There's Snow. Eric Snow just did beat that 24-second shot clock.
Kobe's size coming from behind Snow bothered him, Mark. He could feel Kobe behind him.
O'Neal with the drop step move. Shaquille O'Neal, 5 for 9 from the field, 8 of 9 from the line. He has 18 points, and for the second straight game, the combination of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal has produced.
Now watch this, just a little bump there, and it just sort of rocks Mutombo back. It's very difficult. You see he can't jump because Shaq is taking his legs away with that little bump. Shaq's starting to get that little swagger in his run now. He's feeling real good about his game. He has been terrific these entire 2.5 games of the finals.
Play was stopped to adjust or readjust the shot clock. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the first half. Snow, yes, and it counts.
He is so powerful for a little guy, and you know what? He's relentless also. The backcourt is so tough. When you put he and McKee and Iverson, 3 of the tougher perimeter players in the game, but he just keeps coming back for more. This time he jumps into Robert Horry, gets the kind roll, and the three-point play opportunity now. It's like the 76ers have a chance to cut this to 10. Well, if they get a couple stops and a couple scores, if they would go down 6 or 8, I mean, into the halftime down 6 or 8, they'd have to be very happy with the way that Kobe and Shaq have played here today.
Snow playing with that stress fracture in his incredibly back in Game 5 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Playing with that fractured ankle, 7 of 9 from the field, 27 minutes, hit the game winner with a half minute remaining, had the game winner of the overtime victory against the Lakers in Game 1. All right, here's Bryant getting inside. Kobe Bryant with 20 points. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Well, it started out with jump shots. Now he's getting in the lane. He's mixing his game up beautifully.
Ron Lue continues to do a good job against Allen Iverson. He is the mirror image of Iverson.
Well, he's got one thought in mind. Don't let Iverson catch the ball. If he does, make him catch it real far away from the basket and make him take a tough shot and then keep him off the foul line.
6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. In the NHL, they would call Tyronn Lue a shadow. That's all he's been doing. Mutombo on the tip as Hill missed the initial shot. Final seconds of this first half. And Lewis hit on the reach-in by Snow. That's a foul to give. So 3 1/10 second left in this first half, and the Lakers will put it in play. Raja Bell has come on for Eric Snow, picks up his first. Jermaine Jones coming on for Tyrone Hill. And now a 20-second timeout is called by Phil Jackson. We'll be right back. Points on 5 of 9 from the field and 8 of 9 at the line. Here's Kobe. Rebounded by Mutombo. Bryant hit the floor.
Mark, the Sixers need some plays with energy, something to get them excited. Right now, they're about a half step slow. Lakers beating them to all the quick balls. They need something to energize them.
Mutombo been hitting the outside shot. He's now 6 of 9. He has 14 points.
You can see what Larry Brown has done. He's got his defense all the way up the floor, trying to create some turnovers. Only 4 points off turnovers in the first half for the Sixers, they only had 1 steal. That's uncharacteristic of what we've seen.
Larry Brown was telling us earlier he thought his team looked tired the other night. Lack of energy on the part of Allen Iverson. Kobe Bryant, 11 of 18. He has 22 points.
It looked like he was bottled up, and somehow he split the gap of 2 defenders. I think the Sixer fans thought he took the extra step.
Larry was telling us he thought McKee, Hill, and Iverson did not play with the usual gusto. But Mutombo has been an offensive force. 16 for Dikembe, and the Lakers now lead 57-49, and the light pressure continues on the part of the Sixers. Horace Grant. It's a rare, successful jumper for Horace over these first 3 games.
Well, he was 6 for 19 in the first two games. Started out tonight 0 of 2, so he was 6 of 21 before he hit that shot. It just sort of goes that everybody's making their shot today for the Lakers.
Iverson, yes.
Mark, they've hit 3 straight shots. They've got to get some stops now. You talked about it. The Lakers shot 54% in that first half. The Sixers cannot win this game if they don't get their defense set.
Shaq at the high post. Beautiful touch by Shaquille O'Neal. Moving to his right and then hitting on the run. And the Lakers up by 10. Did you have the idea that Shaq enjoyed that shot?
He looked over at me and said, you haven't seen that one before, have you?
Fox picks it off.
See, Aaron McKee taking 2 shots today. When we talked about needing to look for offense, he took 17 in game 2. Today, only 2 in the first half.
O'Neal. Oh, he feels it. Beautiful touch. Doing it with the drop step, doing it with fadeaways along the baseline. He now has 22. 22 apiece for Shaq and Kobe. And the Lakers lead by 12. Mutombo draws the double. Way off on the sweeping hook. All right, here's Kobe Bryant. It's a rare bad shot by Kobe. And Jones's save ends up in the hands of Derek Fisher. I don't mean shot selection was bad, but it was off by a pretty good margin just a moment ago. Here's Fisher, rejected by Mutombo. Iverson. Oh, he gets the favorable hop. And a technical foul is called on Horace Grant.
Well, you normally don't see Horace get too upset. I don't know exactly what happened, but he came roaring out of there to get that technical. Maybe this will get the Sixers excited. Something to get these fans back in the game. Watch the end of the play here as Horace pushes Tyrone Hill in the back, and then Hill gets his arm up a little bit. There's a lot more that goes on with that. I think this Horace is just frustrated the fact he has not been playing that well. But Iverson finally makes a free throw. Now, in game 1, he was 7 of 7. Since that point in time, he's only attempted 4 free throws the rest of the series. That's why he's got to get to the foul line.
Yes, he went 0 for 4 at the line in game 2 on Friday night. Again, we see pressure on the part of the Sixers. Lakers now lead by 9. Roger Bell is getting set to check back in for the 76ers. Once again, it's Kobe off the mark. McKee getting the screen, finds Hill, and the ball knocked out of his hands. 76ers have 13 on the 24. Jermaine Jones will sit down, and Roger Bell checks in.
Well, Jermaine Jones has been struggling. Tyrone Hill has been struggling. So 2 of your 5 starters really haven't given you much. Larry Brown looking for somebody to give him a spark.
Iverson, yes. Allen Iverson has 21, and the Sixers are within 7.
How often have we said it? No matter how well the Lakers are playing, Philadelphia's right there behind them. Only 7 now. They are back in the game, and listen to this crowd.
Shot clock at 7. There's Grant. Here comes Iverson. He scored Philadelphia's last 7. And a foul is called. It's a block on Derek Fisher. For Fisher, it is number 3.
The crowd is starting to come alive here. They sense the Sixers are trying to make a run. And how do they do it? They get it in the open court. Iverson comes off the screen beautifully on a set play, out of bounds. He scores it. They force a tough shot by Kobe. Derek Fisher does a great job normally in the open court, just not quick enough to get over in front of Iverson. They'll get a new clock here and a chance to cut this to 5.
Derek Fisher remaining on the floor with the 3. Mutombo is fouled by O'Neal. For Shaq, his second.
See, Mark, what happens now is when they get to the free throw line, they can move their defense up the floor and then pressure. Allen Iverson starting to penetrate. Mutombo's come off very offensive-minded here to start the half. He'll get to the free throw line. But when you only shoot 4 free throws or 7 free throws in the first half and make only 4, it's tough to get your defense up the floor. That's what the Sixers thrive on, forcing turnovers.
Mutombo 3 out of 5 at the line tonight. Here's Brian Shaw replacing Rick Fox. Phil Jackson making this substitution because he wants better ball handling. There was one moment where Fox had the ball in the backcourt and then with a smile as he looked over at the bench quickly gave it up to Derek Fisher.
Well, you can see that's exactly what the Sixers want to have happen. They want him to have to handle the ball against pressure. The Lakers want Kobe to get down the floor so he doesn't have to dribble it so much.
7-0 run by the 76ers. They are within 5 points. The chant of defense from this crowd. A beautiful behind-the-back pass from Shaq, and then Shaw turned it over. Good initial pass from O'Neal, and then Brian Shaw coughed it up.
The Sixers are the kind of team, when they score, they play better defense. They get back, they get themselves set. That's what we've seen. Better offense, which led to better defense now in this little run.
Snow and Iverson in the backcourt. Mutombo, Hill, and Bell up front. Fisher going chest to chest with Iverson. Snow to the crossover. Snow. Rebound, O'Neal. Kobe following O'Neal behind the screen. It was close to a moving screen, but Kobe changed direction.
Like a running back following a lineman.
Grant gets inside. Nice lead by Shaw.
Well, that's why he's in the game, Marta. It's a great call on your part. He's a better ball handler, a better passer. Right now with the Sixers picking up their defense, Phil wants him on the floor.
So the Lakers lead by 7, just under 6 remaining in the third. Iverson from downtown. And it will be Laker ball.
It's hard to find fault with Allen Iverson. The guy plays so hard. I just think that he can put more pressure on the defense. I think they'll live with him taking that tough shot. Drive in there, get to the foul line, get your team back in this game.
Night in the city of Philadelphia. And one of America's most enduring corporate images, the blimp spirit of Goodyear floating overhead, providing aerial views over this evening's game. Goodyear has been providing such aerial camera facilities since back in 1962.
Marv, this is what great players do to a defense. And watch, here's Mutombo. He's attached here on the screen roll. Normally, he would come in here to take this cutter going to the basket. He's so worried that Tyrone Hill steps out. Nobody gets Horace Grant because he's so concerned about Shaquille O'Neal. That's how greatness distorts a defense, and now your role players can step in and get some easy scores.
To this point, the Sixers have outscored the Lakers 13-10 in the third quarter. Iverson and Mutombo combining for all 13. 5:40 to go in the third. Lakers with the ball up by 7 points. Bryant trying to shake off McKee. And Kobe forced into a difficult shot. Good job by McKee. Here's Iverson taking it right at Fisher and then gave it up. Horace Grant there to apply the pressure. Bryant with Mutombo back. And a foul as Snow came over and got a piece of Kobe Bryant.
The Sixers so close. They played terrific defense on Kobe. He forced a shot, something we have not seen a whole lot of today. Got a little impatient. It looked like the Sixers had a layup. And Horace Grant gets back to defend it. Then here is the foul. As you see right across the hand, Eric Snow hits him. So instead of cutting it to 5, Kobe's trying to step back up there on that line and push this lead back to 9. When you're playing uphill, Marv, and you get an opportunity to score like that, you got to be able to finish off the play. That takes energy away from you.
Kobe Bryant with his first free throws of the game. He's missed his last 4 field goal attempts. An excellent foul shooter, 85% during the regular season. So the Lakers now have that 9-point lead, 67-58. Snow getting the step. Mutombo. Oh, Dikembe's become a jump shooter.
So when you get in the lane, the Sixers drive. Here comes Shaq. And how many times have we seen Mutombo today step out and hit that little shot? That's why Geiger's so important. And when he got in foul trouble, it really hurt him.
Oh, what a pass from Shaq. Little backdoor one-hopper for Bryant, who will head back to the line.
Well, that's exactly what you do. When a team extends the defense, the center is so important to be able to step up and relieve the pressure. Kobe was being overplayed. That triggers Shaq to step forward, catch the ball as a pressure release. Watch this. Shaq steps up, catches it. Now Kobe, who's overplayed, has the free lane to the basket and gets fouled. That's textbook basketball on how to break pressure.
Foul committed by Mutombo, his second. 25 points for Kobe Bryant. Kobe has been hearing the taunts from his one-time hometown. Spent a lot of time here in the Philadelphia area. The son of Joe Jellybean Bryant, who played for the Philadelphia 76ers.
One of my teammates.
Yes. And McKee had it knocked away by Bryant.
Aaron just didn't look like he's himself today. Marv, we've seen him so aggressive in this series. Again, he took 17 shots in game 2, but now he's got a sore shoulder. He's got that chip fracture in his ankle, banged his thumb early in the game. I just don't know how healthy he is, but if he can, he's got to start looking for his shot.
Aaron McKee wearing a removable soft cast on his foot. That chip fracture. Here's Snow. Snow able to get it back. And they have a new shot clock. Bryant all over McKee and a foul. So for Kobe, that's his first. And for the Lakers, their 13th foul. The Sixers with 2.
Well, these guys have a nice little rivalry. Kobe in high school and Aaron McKee, a star at Temple. They saw each other a lot in the summer league. Kobe closes out on him, bangs him with his chest, and gets the foul.
Kobe used to come around and scrimmage with Aaron McKee and Eddie Jones over at Temple University. Here's McKee, rejected by O'Neal. Shot clock down at 2. The extra pass costing the 76ers. It's a 24-second violation.
Well, Larry Brown just looks on and said, what am I going to do to get us a basket? Shaq is just waiting back in the lane, and although Mutombo has hit some jumpers, Shaq says, you know what, I'm not going to let these guards penetrate in here and get any easy baskets. I'll live with Mutombo's jumper.
Just under 4 remaining in the third. The Lakers up by 9. They have led most of the way. Shaq forced outside, but he's been hitting from all angles. Tyrone Hill with that uncontested rebound. Sixers got off to the good start here in the third, but in the midst of a drought. Foul is called on Fisher. Fisher getting involved with Iverson. He collects his 4th, and now Phil Jackson has to make a decision.
Well, he's going to take a timeout and talk about it, but once again, Marv, as well as the Lakers have played, the 76ers are right there, down only 9. You see, Fisher holds on and grabs him. Iverson's been seeing this the last couple games. He's got to keep his composure. They're still in the game.
Only one left.
John Thompson, one-time head coach of Georgetown, now commentator for TNT. 2 of his other former players, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, Kevin Eubanks, Tonight Show fan leader wearing his Sixer uniform, and Baron Davis, outstanding second-year player for the Charlotte Hornets, coming off his departure from the weakest link.
A heartbreaking loss to the Snapper.
Yes. I think Baron will recover. Baron Davis, who really picked it up this season, came out of the playoffs. 3.5 remaining in this third quarter. And the Lakers lead the Sixers by 9. Mutombo. It's been a very busy couple of days of sports activity for former President Bill Clinton. He was at the French Open in Paris, Belmont Stakes. I'm taking in the NBA Finals.
Think he wants my job?
There will be an opening. And a foul is called on O'Neal. That's his third.
Shaquille O'Neal goes in with a little jump hook. Felt like he was hit on the arm by Tyrone Hill, and then over the back gets the offensive foul. Watch here as Hill reaches in, gets him on the elbow. But you know what? There's been a lot of contact on a lot of plays today. You just got to play on. Iverson's been hit going to the basket as well as some of the other Sixers. So it's a game where it evens itself out.
And the Lakers over the foul limit. So Mutombo to the foul line. He's 4 of 6 at the line. Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, 6 on the West Coast. The NBA Finals will continue. Game 4 between the Lakers and the Sixers, plus a special live performance at halftime by Grammy Award-winning Destiny's Child. That's the Lakers and Sixers, Game 4 of the NBA Finals Series. Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on NBC. Tyronn Lue has come on, replacing the foul play Derek Fisher, who a moment ago picked up number 4. O'Neal